What's poppin', dogs? Mr. Allen here with some non-right triangle trig. We're going to be covering law of sines in this video here. We got solve for all the missing sides and angles in triangle ABC, where we have measure of angle A is 32 degrees. I'll go ahead and mark that, 32 degrees. The measure of angle B is 57 degrees. And then C is 22 feet. So this guy is 22 feet. Lowercase letters are used for side lengths. Kind of hard to tell with C, but because I don't have the measure of angle, right, we know that that is indeed the side that is across from angle C. So I got to find all three missing dimensions here, right? I've already got three of them. We're going to give you three of them. And then you got to find the other three. So in this case, two sides and an angle. Well, I have angle, side, angle in this situation. Oftentimes, they're going to ask you to identify those things just as a good little strategy to help you decide, am I using law of sines? Am I using law of cosines? What's going on here? Well, if I have an angle across from a side, then I can set up law of sines, which is the easier formula to work with, okay? Do I have an angle across from a known side? No, right? I don't have anything here. I don't have anything here. I don't have anything here. Oh, wait a sec. I have two angles of a triangle. Could I figure out what that guy is right there? And yes, I can. I'm going to do this stuff in the calculator to save some space on writing. So if I took my 32 plus my 57, I got 89. And if I do 180 minus 89, I've got myself 91 degrees, okay? 91 degrees. You're going to have your calculator on these problems. You can't do them without it. So I just always like to plug in and make sure I don't make some kind of a stupid mental mistake, right? That would be a bummer after we do all this work. So we got 91 degrees for our angle. And now, yes, I have a side across from a known angle. And I can set up law of sines and cross multiply. All right, it's basically this big old super proportion. And I'm going to write it up to where I put my known stuff in between the two where I don't know stuff, okay? I'm going to show you right now. So we got equals, equals, and equals. So I'm going to throw my known stuff here, and you can either do the side or the angle, you know, in either numerator or denominator. You just have to be consistent with it, okay? So I'll go with sine in the numerator for this one. So sine of 91 over the 22, and then I've got sine of 32 over little a, that'll be this guy right here. And then I have sine of 57 over little b. Little b. Okay. So now the reason why I threw this guy in the middle is I can just look at like these two, cross multiply and solve, and I can look at just these two, cross multiply and solve, all right? I'll do the first one here in blue. So we got 22. So 22 times the sine of 32 equals a times the sine of 91, and then I'll divide by sine 91. All of it gets divided by sine 91. Okay, so this is what I'm going to type in my calculator right here, and that's going to give me a, little a right now. So in my calculator, I think it's helpful to put fractions, and also maybe let's check our mode here real quick. I am currently in degree mode, right? If you were in radian mode, you'd want to switch that over, right? Because I am given these in degrees, not in radians. So always do a quick check before you start typing in. You're like, why am I not getting the right answer? It's because you're in the wrong mode, bro. So alpha x will give me a fraction, or alpha y equals will also, so if I hit alpha y equals, this little menu pops up, hit enter. Either way you slice it, however you like to get your fraction, alpha x is my new fave. It's one less step, you know? And I'm just going to type in 22 sine of 32. Arrow down, I got sine of 91. Almost a right triangle. That would have been kind of funny if I accidentally did that. All right. And there we go. We got 11.659999. So 11.66 feet. So that's side A. Boom. And then we've got our side B that we need to get as well. So let's go ahead and cross multiply with that one. I'll do that in green. So we got B times the sine of 91. So B sine 91 equals 22 sine of 57. 22 sine 57. All right. And then I'll divide. So we get divide by sine 91. Divide by sine 91. And that's what I'm going to be typing into my calculator. Here's this little mess right there. Okay. So now we've got to do alpha x again, and I've got 22 sine 57, close my parentheses, divided by sine 91. And you might actually also be able to like kind of see what the cross multiplication is going to be without actually writing it out. I'm writing it out for you guys so you can see it. and we get 18. So B equals 18.453, so 45 feet. Now, the last thing I like to do in these non-right triangle trig problems, and really any problem, is to make sure that things make sense, okay? And I know that's kind of difficult to be like, well, what do you mean makes sense, okay? You're the math teacher, I don't know, right? So what I mean by that is across from my biggest angle is my biggest side, right? 22. Across from my smallest angle is my smallest side. Well, I got 11.66 and 18.45. That's the smallest side. It's across from the smallest angle. And across from the middle angle, the middle-sized or middle-valued angle, is my middle-sized side. That's the 18.45. So all that checks out and makes sense, or like it works with each other. So I feel pretty good about this one, that I didn't make a mistake, and I'm ready to move on to the next problem on that test. You know what I mean? All right, so there we go. We got 1, 2 missing sides, missing angle. All the sides and angles are accounted for in this angle side angle situation. Hope that helps, guys. I love me some non-right triangle trig. It's kind of fun to work with. So yeah, enjoy.